Let's take a close look at Google Calendar. I know a lot of people get confused with Google Calendar, so we'll take a look. Go to your waffle and find Calendar. And what you'll see is that you'll automatically have three sections. You have a mini calendar, which you can close, which shows the month, and you can scroll through. You have My Calendars, and you have three defaults: your own calendar, birthdays, and reminders. This one here is going to be your default calendar that most of your events will go on. Birthdays, you get your birthdays from your contacts in Google Plus or in your Gmail. If you've put in people's birthdays, they will automatically show up on this calendar. And you can also do reminders, which is kind of a nice little deal. You can also do tasks. So if I click on reminders and I want to add a reminder, I can add a reminder and have a time and a place, and it will remind me. You also have another section that's called Other Calendars. And right now you just have the holidays, but you can add coworkers' calendars. So let's just try adding a coworker calendar right here. And she's got it blocked. So you can send a request. Because it's blocked. But if I put in another person's calendar here, and I'm not going to use anybody from our district, but if you put another, let's do my student one. There we go. And let's just go ahead and add that calendar in there, and there it shows up. Okay, the other thing that you can do is you can browse interesting calendars. There are lots of interesting calendars here. You've got all kinds of holidays in all different kinds of countries. You've got sports, and you've got more. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in a later date. And maybe you want to go ahead and add an Outlook calendar. Now, I don't happen to have an Outlook calendar, but here's my calendar. And what you would do is choose the calendar that you want to do, and then you would have to export it. So you'd go to File, Open and Export. Export your calendar, and you want to export it to a file, to a CSV file, and you're going to choose the calendar that you want to do. So I'll just choose that calendar, and then it will put it on the desktop. And we'll say Finish, and it'll ask you the date range. I'm just going to go ahead and choose that date range. And then when you go back to your calendar, let's see, this one right here. If you go here and you come in here to import your calendar, you would choose your file, which is going to be on my desktop, and it should be a CSV file. I forgot to look at what it was going to be called. But that's the general idea. You would find your file and you would import it into here. Now, just remember that when you import a calendar, any item that was on that calendar will be imported. But if you change anything on that old calendar, it doesn't sync it. It just imports the events that you already have on there. So then to turn off or on any calendar, you can just click on the calendar you want to turn on, display only this calendar, and now you'll just see that. Or as you click the calendars, and I have no events on here, but as I click calendars, well, there's some events. As I click off calendars, those items disappear and they reappear, and and we'll talk about how to change your default settings in a later video. But that's the basics of Google Calendar.